Hi, everybody. I'm back. This is Donna Irvin with my Big Tip Friday. Once again, here with you today. And today is going to be a little bit more detailed. So, first of all, I want to suggest that you take out some pen and paper, take some notes. I am going to give an actual assignment or actionable on this Big Tip Friday because I think it's going to be really helpful for you guys, especially now that we're in the very last 2 months of the year. I can't believe it. It's going to be Thanksgiving in like, what, not next week, the next week after. It's just crazy. Anyway, if you tuned in last week, I had actually talked about not letting the holiday season damper your business. And that's one thing that we all tend to do around this time of year. So hopefully that gave you some helpful tips and ideas to help you get past that. But this week, I'm actually doing a 2-part series on this. It might be a 3-part series. I'm not sure. It depends on how much information I can get through on this. But this one is going to be how limiting beliefs are killing your business. And this is part 1. So take out a pen and paper. You will definitely want to take notes on this. And as far as belief goes, beliefs are really what we make about ourselves, what we make about others, and about how we expect the world to be. Okay. And if you know, guys, I am just a little thing here. I actually have some questions farther down in that I'm going to be asking you. So I will be looking at my notes often because I actually have questions that I want to have you go through in your own mind. So just so you know, if you see me looking down all the time, I'm actually looking at my notes as well, so I can present this to you in the best way possible. So anyway, our beliefs is based basically on, we all have different ideas, we have different theories, we have different opinions about specific things, how things should or shouldn't be. And everybody is a little different. And that's what makes us so unique. Nobody is the same. We each have a different set of beliefs we bring to the world. Some are good and some are bad. And our beliefs can either propel us forward and in life and empower us to achieve what we want in life, or our beliefs, limiting beliefs, can actually keep us stuck, hold us back, make us perpetual procrastinators, and just overall kill our business and anything we're trying to achieve in life. All right. Most people, as far as limiting beliefs go, most people let those limiting beliefs overrule their life, and that's really not a good thing, because some of the things that maybe you've believed all your life or part of your life, and you're not sure what's going on and why things aren't working, it could be partly because you're not thinking about things in the right way, okay? And it's nothing to really, you don't want to down yourself on this. You know, everybody has them, and that's just part of life, especially nowadays. So don't feel like you have to down yourself just because you have limiting beliefs, because that's not something that just makes the situation worse, basically. Okay, so what I want to get into is identifying your limiting beliefs, and the first step in doing that is transforming those limiting beliefs and identifying them so you understand. So we want to make it a transformation. Okay, and this is going to give you a little bit more insight, give you a bit more understanding, and figure out maybe why you have these limiting beliefs, and possibly even where they come from, because sometimes they run really deep within ourselves, and that's what we want to look at. So basically your limiting beliefs come from a subconscious mindset. Okay, you may not be conscious of them, you may not even truly think about them, and that is one of the problems, that is one of the challenges, is trying to bring that to your conscious mind and understand where you're feeling stuck, where those limiting beliefs are just making you, not be able to move forward. So that's what I want to go through with you today. And also, there are some key signals that you can look at that will provide you with the clues that you need to identify, that you need to for identifying your limiting beliefs. And some of those keys can be brought about in the challenges that we face in our daily lives. It could be brought about in obstacles that you just go along and all of a sudden you hit an obstacle or something and you just, you block up or something. Those limiting beliefs are hidden in there somewhere, and that's where it's up to you to find those. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to show you a couple of things today, and that's why I want you to have your pen and paper out to kind of take detailed notes. And you can always go back and listen to this again, because I know if you're trying to write things down, you don't always get the gist of it. But take as much good notes as you can on this. Ways that we can limiting beliefs manifest, and I'm going to go through a couple of things here. They manifest, for number one, when we make excuses. So when we make an excuse on something, that could be tied back to an actual limiting belief, okay? And self-negative talk's another one. And guys, we all have a tendency to do this at one point in time or the other. So if you are looking at this list and you're going, oh my gosh, I do all these things, I do part of these things, for whatever reason, don't worry about it right now. Everybody has them, okay? So this is not something you just feel really bad about. It's something you're trying to bring up within yourself so you can accomplish what you want in life. Because it's all about accomplishing a really good life for yourself, a really good business, and this is the way to work through that. All right. And so when you indulge in unhelpful habits, when you have bad habits, that's another way they manifest. When you don't express your fears properly, and when you worry about your future all the time, the future of your future, making mistakes, failing, all those things, staying in your comfort zone. I mean, there can be like a slew of reasons why limiting beliefs manifest, but these are just a couple of the top ones that most people will experience in their life. And the more resistance you have with either your life or your business, the more those limiting beliefs are just going to come about, and they're going to hide, and you might not be able to figure it out. So let me give you an example of this. Say you want to earn, I don't know, let's just say 100,000 by the end of next year. Okay. And that is a great goal to have. It is doable. Okay. It's not something that's out of your reach. You can do that. But as you're thinking of that goal, all right, you may start getting a little uncomfortable. You may start feeling uncertain as to, oh, what if I don't make 100,000 in a year? What if I make so many mistakes? I mean, there's all these things that pop into your head, and you're going, wait a minute, okay, all right, I guess maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should just set for lower the amount I should make every year. Right there, that is the start of a limiting belief, because you might take action. You might find yourself taking action on that goal, but you may not hit that goal simply because you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I can make that goal, And that's just one example of many. I just thought that would be more simple to go through with you on. And that's where you find your limiting belief. That's where you need to bring it to the surface. Now, this is where it gets a little tedious here as far as questions. I have found there are 12 questions. And what I want you to do, guys, is don't get overwhelmed at this moment trying to answer all these questions right now. I'm just, going crazy. Run this back, re-listen to it several times if you have to. Do this. Be kind of thinking and open your mind to these questions right now. Just listen to the questions and kind of start thinking about the answers that you're finding within yourself. And then later you can go back and kind of really reevaluate those questions. So number one, Why can't I overcome certain challenges to achieve my goal? Okay. What, in other words, why can't you overcome the challenges to achieve your goal? What is holding you back? Okay, that's a really good question to just sit there and think about. What do you think is holding you back? Okay. Number two is what unhelpful habits are you indulging in right now? Are you emotional eating because you feel scared, you're uncertain? What things are you doing that's not a good habit? All right, that's sometimes hard to do. All right, that's sometimes hard to really think about because, and let me, before I move on to number three, guys, when you're doing this, okay, you have to be in a mindset of open with yourself. You have to be open with yourself, because if you sit there and read these questions and you're like, oh, I'm not like this, or I don't do that, or I'm good, I don't have all these problems. Don't let your ego get in your way. Open your heart, guys. Open your mind and really sit there and think about it. Because the biggest hurdle to getting over your challenges is really discovering yourself, okay? So don't, one thing, just please don't beat yourself up on this. Just allow it to happen. Answer the questions honestly within yourself. You do not have to share this with anyone, okay? If you don't want to feel judgment and you don't want to have others judge you, do not share this. Just answer these questions for you, okay? All right, so let me get started. I know I get off the track here, guys, but number four, okay, would be, actually number three, sorry, guys. It was actually number three. What is getting in your way? Okay, what do you think is getting in the way of you moving forward? All right, number four is, how am I thinking about the situation? What are you thinking about a particular situation that you're going through, okay, at this moment in time? What are you thinking about it? Are you thinking it's too tough? Are you thinking everything's too difficult? You're not going to be able to achieve this? I mean, what's going on in your head about that? Okay. And number five is, what excuses am I indulging in? Okay. What excuses are you always giving yourself that is just keeping you stuck? All right. And a good example of that would be, maybe I'm not able to learn that. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm not able to accomplish whatever it is. That's the kind of the things that you tell yourself. And so just be thinking of, what excuses are you indulging in, okay? And let's go to number six. What resistance am I feeling when I think about achieving my goals? In other words, are you feeling uncertain about a particular goal? What kind of resistance are you feeling from just that, from when you think about achieving your goals? Is it causing you to be really uncomfortable? Are you feeling like you don't have the confidence enough to do this? I mean, what is it for you that's causing this? Okay. And number seven, what are you saying or doing to yourself that is holding you back? In other words, are you doing a lot of self-talk? People, maybe people in your family is not understanding where you're coming from, and it's creating a whole negative atmosphere for you. I mean, what negative self-talk and thoughts are you having right now? And that's a tough one, because sometimes it's really hard to sit down and actually write this stuff out. You're thinking, oh, I don't want to be doing this. But in order to get through this, guys, you have to do this self-questioning, okay? And in your heart, you have to do this for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else, all right? And I can't stress that enough, all right? So let's move on. Let's see, we were on number 9. Do you have any values right now that are conflicting with your goals? In other words, is there values that you hold for yourself, that you've held maybe for yourself for years, an old-fashioned way of thinking that maybe don't work out anymore, a value that you hold really dear to your heart, but that maybe you're kind of pondering if you should let it go or not. I mean, you got to be thinking of your values. What can you let go of that no longer serves you? All right. So you want to be kind of thinking about your values and why it's maybe possibly conflicting with your goals. And number 10, okay, is what assumptions or conclusions are you making about your inability to achieve your goals? This is a good one. What assumptions are you having? And just, as they come to you, write them down on a piece of paper, okay? Really sit there and think about them. Number 11 is, do you have any global beliefs that are holding you back? And what I mean by global beliefs is the world maybe believes one thing, okay? And you believe that, and it's no longer serving you. Like maybe a global belief would be, let's see, I know in my own environment, from what I hear, a global belief is the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, okay? And although in some instances there has been some truth to that in the past, the thing is it's a global belief with a lot of people, especially a lot of people, poor mentality way of thinking. Why are the rich getting richer? Why are the poor getting poorer? You got to be thinking of that and disconnect yourself from that belief or idea and think, you are in control of your own future. They're not, okay? They are not in control of your future. That world is not in control of your future. You are. You determine what you want to do. You determine, the kind of money you want to make. I mean, you're an entrepreneur. Why would you go about believing that? Okay, another good one, and I don't want to get off too much on this, but I have heard this all my life too, is basically money is the root of all evil, okay? That is not true. In my opinion, money is money. You can attach anything to be evil. I mean, you can tell yourself that your computer's evil, I mean, anything you can attach to evil. Money is not evil. It is the doing that makes it evil. And people that are using money to really hurt others, okay, that's on their heart. That's not for you to judge. Money is a tool. Money is a tool and an asset for you to have to live a better lifestyle. It's not evil, okay? My thing is I come up with something else that say poverty is the root of all evil, because poverty brings about negative feelings. It brings about all kinds of crime. I mean, you name it. But I'll shut up because I don't get me on I probably get on a high horse there, but you know what I mean. You get what I mean about global values and stuff. How is that affecting you in your life? And number 12, this is the last one. What do you think is too hard or too difficult? What is stopping you and why? In other words, are you feeling that something is too difficult, it's too hard, you don't think you can make that goal? Maybe you don't understand a certain aspect of it and you just are stuck and it just feels overwhelmingly difficult. What's stopping you? Okay, and why? Okay, that's what you need to be answering. Now, I know there's a lot here. I know I've gone through quite a bit of information, and feel free, write down all these questions on a piece of paper, okay? What I want you to do, and just honestly answer these, guys. And this is for you, okay? I don't need to know. This is specifically to help you. So your assignment for my part 1 here, your actionable for the week, is take all those questions into consideration in your heart, in your mind, write them down. Like I said, write down, make a list, write down all the limiting beliefs you think you have at this time. And I'm gonna tell you, it's just not easy, guys, okay? It is hard, but you have to work through it. Write down all the limiting beliefs that you can think of. Write about your life, about your goals. I mean, just start making a list. Don't hold back, all right? And then what you want to do is, for each limiting belief that you write down, ask yourself, how did I come to form this limiting belief? I got to get my words right here. How did you come to form this idea on your limiting belief? All right. how did you, maybe, you know, you need to find the core. You need to go back and find the reason why you believe what you believe. All right. I know it's not easy. It's not. But you need to really focus on that. And number two, what has made you hold on to this belief so long? Is it something you were taught as a child? Is it something you recently heard from someone else and decided it would be, you agree with them and it would be a good thing, a good limiting belief to hold on to? What has made you hold on to it? Okay. All right. Now, I know this is a lot of information, and I know this is almost a half hour, guys. I don't think I've gone this long on a Big Tip Friday in my Facebook page, but it is really important, and I wanted to give this to you from the heart. I think it's really going to help. And next week, what I want to do is my part 2 on limiting beliefs. I'm going to go in a little bit deeper and give you a little more insight on limiting beliefs, so you can go out and really start transforming those. And I might do a part 3, because this is a really full of information, full of stuff, heartfelt things that you need to go through. So guys, I will close out for now. I felt really compelled to give you this story today, and I'm glad that we can share all this together. And just go back, if you want to listen to other videos, I've got a lot of other videos on different things about mindset, different things about being an entrepreneur that I have discovered, and also that some fact and ideas from some other leaders out there like Mark Hoverson. And actually, I want to get more of his stuff. I want to actually start sharing more of his stuff on my page, because he is one of my leaders, in the industry that I absolutely look up to, and he's wonderful. So I will share more of those later. And next week we will get together and do part 2. And then I'm thinking, guys, I know it's a little bit ahead of time, but for Thanksgiving week, I might skip that week, because I know people are going to be doing things with their families and stuff. And I am too. I'm going to be with my family and everything. So I will be doing part 2 next week, and probably the following week, if I have a part 3, I will move on to that. All right, guys, love you all. Take care. Have a good weekend coming up, and I will talk to you next time on my Big Tip Friday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.